Well, hello. If you've just come from my last video, I'm literally, well, I'm 10 seconds after the last video, so yeah, you're right up to date now. Well, there we go. Colorado Trail starts in Waterton Canyon and it finishes in Durango. I'll tell you a bit about it in about 5 or 10 minutes when I get clicks. There's a bit of a car park behind me. I just want to get rid of that, get somewhere quiet, and I'll fill you in on what I'm hoping to do and what I'm doing. I'm about a mile in. This is the South Platte River. I'll be following this for a good few miles up to the dam, Strong Tier Dam. That's the first little waterfall I've seen. Up somebody fishing down there. This dirt road I'm following, this trail, it's Denver Waterboard, I think, owned this now. This used to be a train line actually, back in the day, 1800s. So I'm about, I don't know, 5 miles maybe from the dam wall. I'm hoping to see some big horned sheep because they're quite popular around here. Right, there's the Strong Tier Springs Dam. Obviously that controls the flow of water down the South Platte River into Denver. No, it doesn't. That's before Denver. My mistake. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, so I'm about, what? I guess that's about 6 miles now. So I'm going to head up there, where I'm going to pick a single track up, and I'm going to start heading uphill on a single track, like I say. Get off this dirt road. Right, this is where we leave, this is where I leave the dirt road and pop onto this single track here. It is a Saturday, so it's really busy at the minute. There's loads of joggers down there, fishermen, so I'm expecting a few mountain bikers as well on this bits of a stretch. But I'm going to stop in a bit, get something to eat, and in fact, there's a water source in about 2 miles called Bear Creek, and with the rain that they've had recently, I'm expecting that to be flowing, so I shall get some water there and probably sit and have a chat. Man, this could be New Mexico or Arizona. Just reminds me of the Magdalena Mountains, this little bit, when you're coming down on the other side. Beautiful. There are some cool camp spots around here. Really well sheltered. And you probably won't be able to pick this up, but I'm really close to Bear Creek. I can actually hear it, so it's definitely running. So this would be a really good place to camp. There's Bear Creek. So I'm just having a quick 10-minute stop. I've just had a bit to eat, a bar, and I'm having some water. I was going to top up here, but there's another water source in about 1.2 mile. And at the end of this section, the Judy Gasco Bridge, which is another 8 mile, I'm back on the South Platte River, so I don't need to carry that much. Anyway, let me tell you what I'm going to try and do. Right, well, welcome back. I've, like I said, I'm at Bear Creek at the minute. I'm looking at getting down to the Judy Gasco Bridge. That's 16 mile. that would have been alright, because there's some good camp spots down there as well, apparently. The problem I've got, and it's not a big problem, but it's going to be really hot tomorrow. It's going to be clear skies, and it could be in the 90s. Now, section 2, which is only 8 miles away, it's really exposed. There was a really bad fire there back in the 90s, and it's really, really exposed. I mean, look at me, I'm covered with trees, I'm okay. So, I don't really want to be crossing that in a really hot, temperate day. I'd rather rather not. So if I can get me 16 mile in, I'm going to then look at maybe doing another 2, get 18 mile. It's quite a bit of a climb as well to get me on the top. Then I can get up early tomorrow morning and crack on and try and get most of section 2 done before it gets hot. But anyway, we shall see how that goes. Now, I better tell you about the Colorado Trail, hadn't I? Colorado Trail, it starts in Denver, just on the outskirts of Denver, and it goes roughly in a southwesterly direction down to Durango. It's just short of 500 mile long. It literally crosses the Rocky Mountains, the Continental Divide. It's a gorgeous trail, it really is. But by starting off where I've started off, you start off at about 5,000 foot, and you end up 13,000 foot closer to Durango. So yeah, there's some, I think I've read somewhere that the average the average elevation of this hike is over 10,000 foot. That's a hell of an elevation. Now, most people do this hike in July into August. Now, I'm pushing the boat out a little bit here. I'm kind of rolling the dice a little bit, because I'm starting at the end of August and I'm looking to finish at the end of September. So like I say, I'm taking a bit of a chance, because you can get snow in September, especially in Colorado. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that when I get to the San Juans that I won't have any snow to deal with. And the reason I'm leaving it late is, 1, there'll be less people on trail. I'll have more of the trail to myself. 2, there's less bugs, mosquitoes, flies, all that kind of carry on. 3, it's cooler. And that's about it. So that's why I've decided to do that. So yeah, I'm going to carry on now, and I'll keep in touch. Thank you for watching, by the way. That looks like it's been there a while. And that one, it's pretty damn new, isn't it? Yeah. Right, I'm about 12 mile in. So I've got another 4 mile to get to the South Platte. Now it's nearly all downhill from here, down to the South Platte, where I'm going to take a good break, get some water in me, and then decide how far I want to go today. Look how good this path is, and it's been like this all day. Really clear, really well looked after, really well graded. It's easy, real easy. If this were Grand Enchantment Trail, I'd be going up there, making my way climbing through all that lot. Look, that's the way the Grand Enchantment Trail takes you. Oh, I miss that trail already, I really do. Well, this is the first view I've had for a while. Down there beyond that forest in the bottom is the South Platte River, which is where I'm heading. And then basically I'm going about middle of picture now, look straight out there, roughly, into those higher mountains. Lovely view though. Look at this for a camp spot. It's as good a camp spot as you're ever going to get rather. And look at this for a view in the morning. But you can just see down there to the left, down in the bottom. Look, that's where I'm going. Maybe not that exact spot, but that's the South Platte River down there. In fact, you can just about make out. In fact, you can look. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see. I'll try and zoom in for you. I can't see anything on my screen, you see, because it's all just glowing. But down there in the bottom, you can just see a little bit of a trail. That's where I'm headed, look. and then that's going to take me right out there. So I'm going to be camping out there somewhere tonight, I hope. See how my legs are, because they're like noodles at the minute. Right, can you see that rocky outcrop there, look? That clip before the last clip, when I was pointing it out where I was going, that's where I was stood. I was stood on there about 10 minutes ago, and I've just come right the way around, look, like a big loop. Lovely. A better view now. The river down in the bottom. That's the start of section 2 there, when I cross that river. I've already mentioned. And then I'm heading literally right out there, like again I've already mentioned. But just look how barren it is. Can you see the fire? It's just devastated. All the trees that were there have gone. So it's really exposed. It's going to be all hot and sunny tomorrow. So I need to get up and over it as quick as I can. Well, here I am at the Judy Gaskell Bridge, the South Platte River. That's where I'm headed, down there, the side of that river. I'm going to go down there in a minute to get some water. It's easy to get from down there, and that's my route anyway. Gorgeous, isn't it? I think I've just come down from right up there. That wasn't easy. Right. Excuse the wind. Well, that's where I've come from, look, up and over that ridge, and I've worked my way down, right down to the very, very bottom where the river was, we've seen, over the bridge, and then I just worked my way all the way back up on this side. Yeah, my legs are like noodles. I might have mentioned that. This will give you a better idea of the damage the fire did. This is the what's left of the Buffalo Creek fire from 1996. That's nearly, what? Nearly 30 years, isn't it? 12,000 acres it burnt. Yeah. Well, I've decided to call it a night in this wood. There's quite a few decent spots actually. I've done about 20.5 miles, so I'm pleased with that. I am sore though. I've got chap skin between my legs, and my legs are like noodles, so I have pushed on, but I think I've got through that exposed bit, unless there's some more after here, I don't know. But this is not exposed. Look, I've been coming through here for a couple of miles, these trees. Well, that's my camp spot. Like I say, everything's wet with sweat, look, so I'm trying to dry everything off. I'm just about to take my shorts off, so I'll be sat here with bugger all. I'm just trying to get everything dry before I go into the tent. Right, catch you later. Well, good morning. You can see that. In that deer, there's a stag with her. There, look, can you see him? Look at him, what a beaut. He's not, I swear to God, he's not 50 foot from my tent. Look at this, another, oh, it's a stag. I thought it were a doe. It's another stag, look, a young one. Pretty sure they're white-tailed deer. Oh no. No, I think he's a mule deer. Beautiful. What a nice treat for a morning. Look at that, that's where I stood, look, that's where he is. Look how close I am to that. I mean, you can see me damn shadow, look. Oh, there's another one there, look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're mule deer. This has got to be a non-hunting area, because you just can't get close to deer like this when I've been in Arizona and New Mexico, they just run off at the first sign of you. These aren't bothered at all, look, so this has got to be a no hunting area. They obviously don't see us as a threat. Oh, look at this, what, 12, 15 foot away? Yeah, I'm 100% there, mule deer. Tell with that little scabby tail, look. White-tailed deer are very similar, but they've got a wider tail, and when they run, they flick the tail up, and it goes it's like a big white flash. But then when you've got scabby little tail, looks a bit like a bit of rope, look. Hope I've got that the right way around. My first real view of the morning. I just come out the trees. It looks like that weather forecast was correct, because look at the skies now, it's only 8:30. Like I said earlier, I managed to get through that most of the, well, all of it. I've got a little bit left to do on section 2, but the really exposed bit I managed to do yesterday. So my next water's in about 1.5 miles where I'm going to stop. It's a fire station. That will have been a 10-mile carry from the end of section 1, so I'm going to fill up there and get something to eat. I'll tie in with you then. Why do I need this? I am thirsty. Right, there's the water source. Thank you so much, fire station, for leaving that tap there for us. Absolutely brilliant, because that's over a 10-mile carry, is that? And that really, really helps. So I'm going to dump a couple of dollars in there for them, bless them. Thank you so much. I like that. This is the end of section 2, look. Little scraggy trailhead. That describes me perfectly right at this minute. Well, look at that. Pit toilet. I'm going to make use of that. Like I said, this is the end of section 2. I'm at about mile 28. This is Little Scraggy Trailhead, like I say. So I'm about mile 28 on the trail, about 8 mile foot a day. I'm looking at doing another 12-ish, because the end of section 3, which I'm just about to start, is about 12 mile, just over 12 miles. So, and that'll get me another 20-mile day, which I'm quite happy with. But I'll go into a bit more of that later. Look at those rocks there. Do you know there's a stretch on the Grand Enchantment Trail, the Santa Teresa Wilderness, Holdout Canyon, Holdout Creek into Holdout Canyon. There's a load of rocks exactly the same as this. There's also a place on the Arizona Trail, I think it's called Wilderness of Rocks, just below Mount Lemmon and the Santa Catalinas. Obviously it's a huge area, a lot more than this, but it's just exactly the same shape. That there is another reason why I'm doing this as late as I am. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's an aspen. And I've literally just been talking to a cyclist for about 5 minutes. Mountain biking on it, it's crazy. I bet I've seen 40 or 50 already. It's nuts, mate. It is a Sunday. And he said I might be lucky to catch them in autumn colours, but that's another reason. I'd love to see them in autumn colours. My first aspen grove this year. Just look how, there's barely any wind, but just look how the leaves shimmer. God, I love this tree. Like I say, I've got my fingers crossed that, because they turn bright yellow. They're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I think we're about to get another thunderstorm. This will be the third one today. Third one today. I've only got about a mile, just over a mile point, 1.1 mile to where I'm looking to camp tonight, and then this is it. Well, it's been coming in for a while, but I tried to outrun it, didn't quite make it. hopefully it's going to blow itself over so I can get to my camp spot. If it doesn't, I'm just going to have to pitch my tent wherever, and that's not a good sign, is it? I mean, this is the sign of things to come. 3 times today, this. Sorry, I'm getting my coat skin. Oh well. See you in a bit. Well, that was my campsite last night. I had to pitch it in the rain because it was, well, it was never ending. I sat on that tree trunk for about half an hour. It didn't show any signs of letting up. I've got 19.5 mile in. I wanted 20 because the end of this section's at a trailhead about half a mile in front. And I was going to push on to there, but I thought, well, it's probably going to be exposed, you know, a trailhead, no trees. And it was raining quite hard, so I thought the first sign of a camp spot, I'm going to take it. And then I saw that there, look. But when I got down here, because the trail's up there, it would have got a big puddle in the middle of it, so I camped there. And I'm wet through. I've just had to ring, I'm not sure, I've had to wring these out. Literally just wring them out because they were that wet. That's where I'm going. Up and over that. In fact, the only thing that isn't wet is my sleeping gear, look. I'll just try and spin it round. What I've got on now, my sleeping thing under here, and obviously my sleeping bag, I double wrap them in waterproof stuff. I cannot afford to get, you can't afford to get your sleeping gear wet. You're in trouble if your sleeping gear's wet. So that's it. So I'm at 39.5 miles for the trail after 2 days, so I'm pretty much on course. But like I said, I've got a really big 5 mile climb in front of me. Then it levels out for quite a bit and opens up as well. So I'm hoping that there's no thunderclouds come because I'm going to be exposed this later on today. Right, I shall see you later. Right, this is the end of section 3. Rolling Creek, trailhead. This is where I was trying to make it last night to camp. And I'm glad I never looked because, see that sign there? I would have got to push on. Right, 5 mile climb now, all uphill. Yeah. Well, would you believe that? Look at this. Wayne Towell's been to Colorado as well. That boy gets around. Look at it. Oh yeah. There's my pitch for the night. I've got about 17 miles in today, which is not too bad considering how tough that first 10 mile was. That first 10 mile was really, really tough. Straight up, it was really hard. It did my knees. And my throat's on fire. So I'm 57 miles, just over 57 miles in 3 days, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to get in wraps up tonight. I'm over 10,000 feet. So I'm expecting a bit of cold weather coming. It's cold now. It really is. It's cold now. I've got 2 layers on here. This is a popular camp spot. Look, I mean it's in the middle of nowhere, but you can see people have been using it as a fire pit. I won't be using that because I've got no water to put it out with in the morning. I've not got enough, and I've never had a fire anyway. No. I'm just going to get in my bunk now and get wrapped up nice and warm. See you in the morning.